Hey, what's up? Let's see. What do I want to review? How about Zombieland? Yeah. So I saw this movie. Let me think. It's probably been a few months ago. And I saw it on pay-per-view, and so some of my friends made me watch it, and the thing about my friend group, and mainly just my high school or whatever, I don't know how far it extends, but this generation kind of has a fascination with zombies. And I'm not just saying this generation only. I mean, there have been other times, but for some reason they've kind of come back again, and people are really liking zombies. I don't know if it's the Night of the Living Dead movies, 28 Days Later movies, or just the video games like Resident Evil and Left 4 Dead, all those. But yeah, I've been kind of noticing that lately. A lot of people have just really kind of liked zombies, and I never really thought about them. I didn't think of them. I didn't hate them. I didn't like them. I don't know. And I one of my best friends is just obsessed with zombies. I don't know. It's just they really think they're interesting. And then I started playing the video games, and I just really started to notice how cool zombies are, and what a cool scenario, and what would you do in that situation? Because it's such an open world of possibilities in a world of zombies. You could. There could be, what would you do if there was a zombie apocalypse? Everybody asks that. And how long would you survive? And can you survive? Which, by the way, I won a quiz where I could survive the zombie apocalypse, which I'm not sure if I could or not, but I think I could last a little while. But, it's just a really interesting thing. And so, I watched this movie, and this was around the time that I really wanted to see it because I was getting into zombies at the time. And I saw it, and I was like, this movie is so weird. I was like, what? I don't know if I liked it or not. But, I started watching it more and more. And the more and more I saw it, the more I liked it. And eventually I lost the copy I had. And so I switched with my sister. I switched Step Brothers with Zombieland just for a few days. And I watched it again. I watched it about a week ago, and then I watched it tonight again. And the more and more I see it, the more and more I like it. And this movie, I guess, it has gotten a lot of good reviews, and it's gotten some criticism from zombie fans because a lot of people complain about, are they really zombies? I mean, they're not living dead. And are they, there's different things like, no, they're not a zombie because they're running, or stuff like that. And the first thing I have to say about that is, I honestly feel that, I know it's not necessarily the correct term or anything, but I feel like a zombie is just somebody's point of view of an infected or living dead person that there's mass swarms of. And it's just every movie you see of a zombie, or every video game you play of a zombie is always different, and it's always just that person's point of view, or what they would like to do with zombies, like with their stories. And so I feel like Zombieland, I kind of personally like to lean towards more of the infected, more than the living dead. But both of them are good. They both have pros and cons. And I just appreciate whatever it is it's zombie. The only thing that I don't like about a zombie movie is a zombie movie that's not good, and just for regular reasons, not because it's a zombie movie and it's not following the tradition of a zombie. It's just always kind of been something on the back of my mind, and so that's kind of what I have to say about that. But onto the movie. I really liked this movie. Like I was saying, I think it's really great. I really love the characters. I thought the casting was excellent. It was a really cool touch to not necessarily give them names, just have their, the towns. And I know she gives her name later, but I mean, just her first name at the very end of the movie. Spoiler. Ooh. But I feel like it's kind of cool because then you can always kind of have your own who you think they really are in more detail. And yeah, it's just, and I expected it to just be all about fighting zombies, and it really had a weird but cool story, with the Bill Murray and putting all that in there, and I thought that was really cool. And they didn't just go and just have these 4 people going around fighting zombies. They actually did stuff, and I really appreciate that. They had character development, and that was cool too. I think it's a zombie, it's a comedy too, so it's kind of like Shaun of the Dead, but I kind of like that. I thought that was cool because it's dark humor, and it's always fun to poke fun at something like that because it's such a ridiculous theory and concept, but it could happen. I mean, it's not like it's impossible that it could happen, and it's just funny, and you can make so much more through comedy, I feel, than you can with just straight drama. And there's so many endless possibilities just because it's a comedy. And but yeah, I thought it was a really good movie, and it had and I don't know what I would rank it because it's such a different movie. I feel like it's different than any other movie I've seen in a way, which is good and bad, and more good than bad. But I'm excited to see what happens because they've already announced that they're probably going to do another sequel. The cast is on board, and I thought that's perfect because there's endless possibilities with what's going on and how they ended the story. And they what they were going to first do was make a TV series, and I don't think they ever could find anybody that wanted to do something like that. But if they had the confidence to do a TV series, to have enough stories in their head, then they're sure as hell going to try and make another movie and have more story to it. So I'm really excited. I hope it goes through. I hope we do see another Zombieland. And one other thing I really liked about it was the rules. How they kind of had them always popping up whenever they did, so you could remember what rule it was. But whenever they did one of the rules, they showed it, and I thought that was kind of cool. And sometimes it was a little more hidden, and that was fun. But I really enjoyed it, and I really recommend you see this movie. It's kind of one of those movies I feel like it could become a cult classic to some. I do feel that. It just all depends on your point of view on zombies or your kind of movie. This is one of those movies that's kind of like, it reminds me of Napoleon Dynamite, where you either love it or you hate it, and you just gotta if you don't like it, that's fine, because I understand the reasons why you wouldn't. But I personally really enjoyed it. So yeah, I would like to hear what the real Manos has to think about this movie. I usually don't give that many shout outs, but he's one of those more horror monster film movies. I don't know if he's seen it or not, but just if you see this, real Manos, I'm calling out to you. What do you think of Zombieland? And tell me. And if you don't like it, I'm not gonna be mad at you or anything. I mean, I understand. So yeah. If you want to know more about the movie, you can always go to the Internet Movie Database, imdb.com, or check out other reviews, because I've always said well, I guess I haven't always said, but sometimes I say my reviews aren't the best reviews. They're more of just what I think, and that's just kind of how I roll. Cha-ching. But so yeah, I think that's about it. Good to do another review, and I'll see you soon.